Hey barbecue family, Kenyatta here. Thank you guys for joining me. This is the second time that I've done a live, but this is the first time that I've done it on multiple platforms. So I should be streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, as well as Periscope. I'm pretty sure that if you guys have comments, you want to enter in like a chat, ask me questions, I'm pretty sure that I will be able to see the comments that come in through YouTube. What's unclear to me is, is whether or not I will be able to see the comments during my live stream that come in through Periscope and Facebook. I do see a couple of comments already. So my buddy Smokey Q has joined the broadcast or joined the chat. Thanks Smokey Q. He's also here in the San Francisco Bay Area. And then I also see a comment, good morning, from Matt Early, who's in the East County. Can't remember. I think you told me before that maybe you're in the Brentwood area, if I'm not mistaken. But thanks to both of you guys for joining in. Definitely appreciate that. So one of the interesting things is I just posted a video to the YouTube channel with regard to the Summit Kamado charcoal smoker grill, which is basically like version 2.0 of Weber's Summit charcoal grill that they came out with back in 2016. And I talked about in the video how, this was a grill that had caught my eye from the onset. But the price, the price for the non-cart version of that grill was $1,499, and that was just too much for me to handle at that time. Right, Matt is from in Brentwood. That's what I thought I remembered. So not too far from where I am in Clayton. But with regard to that Weber charcoal Summit grill, so the version 2.0 just came out, and it was released, the non-cart version, at a more palatable price of $999. And I picked that up, and I just put a video out, and one of the issues that I wanted to address in the video was something that I had heard about while I was waiting on mines to ship and arrive, was that, people had been talking about the new stand that the new Kamado sits in, and apparently a lot of people have had issues with it being too wobbly. In my video, it was my opinion that although the stand is a little bit, I can see how it could be wobbly, but I didn't think that it was a major issue, at least nothing along the lines of the types of issues that were being talked about when the Weber Smokefire pellet grill came out. There were a myriad of issues, and Weber seemed to be kind of slow to address them. So it just goes to show. I put out my video, I talked about how I don't think that this stand is really a big issue. It's a little disappointing that it's not super sturdy for a $1,000 grill. And sure enough, I think about an hour ago, Weber did put out a notification on their website indicating that they do intend to address the wobbly stand issue, and they're supposed to be contacting all of the Summit Kamado E6, the owners of this new grill, about replacing the grill with a more sturdy stand. So what's unclear to me is, since I got mine a few days ago, is whether maybe the one that I received is one of the revised, more sturdy stands. I'm not sure. So that's something I'll have to follow up on. But I thought that was that was pretty interesting. Hi, Brian. Thanks for joining me live. Buzz Baker asked me, do I make barbecue cupcakes? You know, that's something I haven't tried before. And actually, it's good. I wasn't clear if I was going to be able to see comments from folks who are on Facebook and from Periscope, but I see Brian commented from Facebook and Buzz Baker from Periscope, so I'm happy that I'm able to see you guys' comments. And hello, Mark. Mark has been a long time subscriber, and I always appreciate getting the consistent feedback from Mark, as well as Wayne. So hi to both Mark and Wayne. Thanks for joining me on the live. Now, getting back to the question about the barbecue cupcakes. Okay, so you're talking about, I think you're talking about like chicken, like I have done chicken thighs where I've put them in a, what do you call it? Like it's blanking me, but the same type of pan that you would use, you know, maybe if you were making, my God, it's totally escaping me. Corn muffins. If you were making muffins, I have done, you know, where I've put thighs in those types of pans to give me like a kind of like a rounded, I guess cupcake shaped chicken thigh, and those usually turn out really good because I think, you know, it allows you to get kind of a consistency throughout the meat. So I have done that. Hi from Mick Cotton Barbecue. Now, if I'm not mistaken, now Mick, are you also the same Cotton? I know that there's a manufacturer that makes drum smokers, and I think it's Cotton. I'm blanking on the full name, but I know that I follow. If you're the same person that I'm thinking of, I know that I follow you on Instagram, and I've seen some of those drums that you guys put together, and they are really nice. And good morning from Dennis from Central Illinois. All right, bear with me, guys. One thing I'm trying to, just got a lot happening here, and one thing I'm trying to do is figure out how to show your comments on the screen. Okay, and I think I just figured it out. So again, look for that video that I just put out. Again, unfortunately, with this breaking news from Weber, you know, elements of what I put out now are already, you know, too old. But, you know, again, I want to thank you guys for joining me today, and feel free to ask me questions. Really trying to just grow my barbecue community, and hopefully, you know, let's just talk some barbecue. So what's on your mind? Okay, Mick says, no, he's not the same guy that I was thinking of, but I still appreciate the support, Mick. And I see, yeah, you've got I think you're saying that you also have a 20 by 42 Lone Star grill. Great smoker. The LSG is still, you know, my favorite of all of my cookers to cook on. Because I now I've got a pellet smoker, and I've got a large number of charcoal-based grills. I still have a gas grill that's in my garage that, you know, if you guys know of a charity in the Bay Area that could use a gas grill, I'd love to be able to give them that gas grill. I've got my drum smokers, but still, you know, my favorite to cook on is still my LSG. You know, it's a well-built offset smoker, and there's nothing like the challenge. I just love it when I have the time and I can do a really long cook like a brisket, and nothing like the challenge of, you know, managing that fire, cooking with, you know, with wood splits. The reward at the end is just, you know, just incredible, because there's something a little bit different about food that's produced on the stick burner, you know, when compared to, you know, my other grill. So that's still my favorite. So I know everyone, especially, you know, if you're in states like California, you know, we are stuck at home, you know, and hopefully you guys are cooking more. And so what have you guys been cooking, or what new acquisitions are you thinking about with regard to barbecue? Okay, Wayne says, I watched one video where the guy was reviewing some issues and went to lift the cooking grate and the handle on one side of the grate broke off. How does the quality of your grate seem? So actually, Wayne, yeah, I saw that video, probably looked at it about an hour ago. I did not experience anything like that. My grate seems fine to me. And I talk about in the video that I put out, the concerns about quality that people have talked about. For me, I'm just not seeing it. I mean, yeah, the stand is a little bit, you know, it's not as sturdy as it probably should have been. I mean, no question about that. But in terms of the quality of the grill grate, it's a heavy grate, thick material, thick steel, I should say. Same with the charcoal grate. It's heavy duty. I mean, you know, you pick it up and it's got some heft, and I know it's going to be able to withstand, you know, high temperatures with no problem. I know that Weber also changed the diffuser plate on the original charcoal summit grill. The grate is hinged, and I guess it's double plated, I think is what I recall, whereas the diffuser on the new version 2.0 is like a single metal diffuser. But again, to me, it felt well made as well. So I really don't have any concerns about that. And yeah, I don't know what happened with the guy when he went and picked up that grate and the handle broke off. I mean, I've never seen that before. So that was definitely appeared to be an anomaly. Good morning, Mike. Thank you for joining. So again, you know, what are you guys cooking? Are you thinking about buying a new grill? You know, like, have you been able to expand, you know, your barbecue, you know, skills, you know, while you're at home? Hopefully you're cooking more than ever, you know, since we're probably not eating out as much as we used to. So hopefully, you know, everyone's getting their skills up. So someone also asked me, you know, how many grills do I have? So, you know, it kind of forced me to go back and kind of look at everything. And they asked me if I were cooking on all of them. And by my count, and unless I'm forgetting something, I believe I own a total of 13 outdoor cookers. One of them is currently residing at my parents' house, and then I bought it's a Weber Master Touch kettle, and then I bought a second kettle that I had intended to leave over there as well, but I just hadn't gotten around to that. A couple of cookers that I have aren't technically grills. I do have a Camp Chef flat top grill, a flat top griddle, I should say, and then I also have a Cajun fryer that I'm starting to really get more comfortable with that Cajun fryer. The thing about those is, it's got this ignition, when you connect it to the gas propane and you first start it off, and you aim your torch into that stream. Once you turn the knob and you start to release the gas, and it gives this really loud pop, almost like an explosion sound. And it took me a while, and actually watching and reading about other people's process for starting that thing up before I got comfortable, and I finally have a process where I can avoid that loud kind of sonic boom. Mick says, yeah, 13 is way too many. Yeah, I admit it. I'm just hooked. Really started getting serious about barbecue as a hobby, I guess about 5-6 years ago. And once that bug got me, and the thing about it is that there's just so many great manufacturers out there making great grills. The stuff is just getting better and more impressive, so it's hard to resist. But I keep telling myself, with this latest purchase, this is it, I think. Don't hold me to that. Now, I can always count on Wayne, to make me feel better. So he says he has more than 13 right now. So I appreciate, that there are other folks out there who aren't afraid to admit that they, enjoy cooking outside, collecting grills. And I know to people who don't barbecue on a regular basis, it seems crazy, outrageous. But really, you find that you have different cookers that you prefer to cook on, depending on what you're cooking, or maybe the amount of time that you have to cook. It's like you have each of your grills has a different purpose. At least I know that that's the case for me. Okay, Mick says he's got the 6-burner charbroil gas flat top. Now see, I didn't realize that charbroil made flat tops. I'm most familiar with Camp Chef and with Blackstone, and there's another one that I've seen. I think it's a Kingsford, but I think it's another. It's like another company that I think that they sell propane. I see them all the time, and I can't think of the name, but I know that they make flat tops as well. So how do you like your charbroil, Mick? Okay, Mick. Now you I think you just laughed at me for having 13, but you admit that in addition to your flat top, you've got a Weber kettle, you got the LSG 20x42, you've got an electric Masterbuilt smoker as well. So you're on your way. You're on your way. Those Masterbuilts also look pretty intriguing. The new line that they came out with this year, that caught my attention too. I'm gonna hold off, but I think they make some nice nice grills as well. I heard, I think I think it's a family-owned business, and I think I heard the father and the son on a podcast this year talking about their line of grills and smokers. Thanks, Code Up Barbecue. Well, I'm happy to hear that your wife enjoys the videos. And thank her for mentioning or saying that my wife is sweet. Yeah, actually, those tend to be my favorite videos. When I am able to get my wife to taste test. There's something about it, and this is true to when we first met. Something about when there's a camera around, she really just kind of lights up. Like, she's really natural in front of the camera and has no inhibitions. And I think it really, it just adds some levity to my videos. So it definitely makes a difference. And I'll be sure to share with her your wife's comment. I know that she would really appreciate that. And actually, coming up in a few days, December 18th, we'll be celebrating our 27th wedding anniversary. So, yeah. All right, Mick. Mick's got the Griddle Master Joe. Oh, flat top is custom made. Wow. Let's see, I knew, with like offset smokers, you get them custom made to, your specifications. But I've never heard of a custom made flat top. That's interesting. Okay, Mick says it's you can see it in his bacon video on YouTube. So I'll be sure to check that out. Yeah, I'm curious about a custom made flat top. I mean, that sounds really cool. All right, thank you, Wayne. Appreciate that. Yeah, my wife, yeah, she does add levity, because I know that I've been accused of being too serious, and I don't try to be serious, but I just feel like you have to be yourself in these videos, but she definitely helps loosen me up, I guess. I do wish that I could get my daughter to appear on video too, but she's 15 and she does the typical teenager thing, so she wants no part of being on camera. Right. Yes, she goes to great lengths to try and stay out of the videos, but I have, if you've watched some of my other older videos, I have managed to sneak, either shots of my daughter or like photos or just a quick snippet. So I know that she thinks it's cool that I have the YouTube channel, but she doesn't bother watching, so I have no fear of repercussions, for slipping her into my videos. Thanks, Wayne. I appreciate that. Wayne says, too serious. You're so much fun. So I appreciate that. Yeah, her arm and voice are very nice. Yeah, often, sometimes that's all you see is maybe her waving and saying something. That's true. I did on our road trip to pick up a Hunsaker that I found on Facebook Marketplace. Um, that was up in Chico, so that's I can't remember, but I want to say it's a 4 hour drive from where I live, 3 or 4 hours. And one thing about my daughter is that she loves to go places, even if she's just sitting in the car or in the truck. So she joined me on that trip, and I did manage to catch her a little bit off guard all of a sudden, and just pointing the camera at her since she was my road trip buddy for that trip. So, guys, I am thinking, that I am going to try to do more lives. I think it's pretty cool to be able to just jump on and, talk about barbecue. Another thing that I'm also exploring is possibly trying to have a guest, join me. For instance, I don't know if he's still on, but Smokey Q often goes, I'm not sure if he goes live on excuse me. I know that Smokey Q, I'm not sure if he goes live on Instagram. I think he does. But I know that he posts these chats, where he, is basically addressing, his barbecue community. And I think it would be pretty cool. And we talked about it, through social media, trying to get together at some point. And that was actually before, the pandemic, because he's also here in the Bay Area, because I had seen other YouTube videos with YouTube barbecue guys getting together. I'm thinking of the ones with Baby Back Maniac and T-Roy. I know they are both in the Texas area, and they had a video where Harry Sue joined them, and there were some other guys as well. And I thought that was really cool, that these barbecue enthusiasts who, didn't necessarily know each other before they got on YouTube, been able to kind of form this friendship and actually get together. So I was thinking it would be cool, to do something similar, if there are other barbecue enthusiasts, in the Bay Area or in California. So Smokey Q and I had kind of kicked that idea around, and then, the whole pandemic started, and, getting together is definitely, not really feasible now, but with things like YouTube, I'm hoping maybe I'll be able to get him to join me as a guest, on one of these, and some other folks. I mean, there are just so many barbecue enthusiasts that are, like on Instagram, on YouTube. So I think it would be interesting to hear about other folks' journey and interest. All right, guys. Well, I know that the comments are starting to slow down a bit. We've been going for about 30 minutes. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and get ready to sign off. Thank you, KB Barbecue. You're just tuning in. So just to kind of recap for me, really, I just posted a new video related to the Weber Summit Kamado grill. Been some chatter on social media about, whether or not that stand that the new grill sits in is stable enough. Some folks have been, talking about it's been too wobbly. Some other folks have talked about some quality control issues. There was also a video that I just saw of someone, who's grabbed the grill grate and the handle broke off. So I don't know. Me personally, I'm not experiencing those same kinds of issues. I think the Kamado is very well built. I think it's what I expect from Weber, and and I also don't have those same types of concerns about the stand. I mean, I do think that you have to be really careful and meticulous when you're putting that stand together. I think if something is misaligned or not screwed in right, I can easily see how you could end up with a lot of issues. So I did put a video out on that early this morning, and then just a couple of, maybe an hour or two ago, Weber announced that they are going to replace and contact owners of the new grill to replace it with a sturdier stand. Because I just got mine, I'm not sure if maybe I got one of the sturdier stands, and maybe that's why I'm not experiencing the same issues that others have. I'm not really sure. Okay, I got a couple more comments. All right, Code Up says, I have a Brinkman all-in-one, a small Brinkman, two 22.5 Weber Smoky Mountains, an 18-inch Smoky Mountain. So wait, you also, in addition to the 20 by 42, you've got a LSG 24 by 40. So that's like the traditional pipe smoker. You got the Weber propane grill. Come on. All right. So you were laughing at me earlier, but see, I knew it. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have? All right, Wayne. Yeah, definitely check it out. I think it's interesting. It's definitely, I guess, one of the hot barbecue topics right now. Where did you come back from? Like, where did you go on vacation? I know it's kind of hard right now to be able to travel. Over the week of Thanksgiving, my family, we actually went to Hawaii. We had been making plans. Actually, this had been a long time planned trip that we had with two other families, and we were able to go to Hawaii during Thanksgiving, and that was fun. Kind of a stripped down experience because not everything is open, so not quite the same type of experience that we normally would have, but it was still fun. Good to get a change of pace. That's for sure. And with regard to that Summit Kamado, Mark says, I would be concerned. Time wouldn't be my friend regarding a wobbly stand. Yeah, so like I said, I don't know. Maybe I got one of the sturdier stands, and maybe I just don't know. But I think the positive thing here is that Weber is being proactive in addressing it. I mean, because when you compare this to how they handled the SmokeFire release, the SmokeFire seemed to have a number of issues. I know Babyback Maniac made some videos where he even experienced a grease fire. There were issues with regard to the pellet hopper, the ability of the pellets to feed their way down into the auger. And it seemed like Weber was really slow to address those issues. So in comparison, I believe the new 2.0 of the Summit Kamado, I believe it initially went on sale, I want to say around, I don't know, first or second week of November. So now we're just a month out from that, and they're being proactive in dealing with the stand. So I think that's extremely positive and a better way, especially for a company, with their size and their reputation in the barbecue industry, to be proactive about dealing with it. Wayne says someone has mentioned that the top vent doesn't seem to be as thick as the previous model. Yeah, I can only go off of my own observation with the top vent. I haven't cooked on it yet. Unfortunately, it's been raining too much here in the Bay Area, so I've only been able to put it together. I haven't even done the burn-in yet, but the top vent did not give me any concerns, but I don't know how it compares to the original, so there may be a significant difference. For me, the only issue that I had, and this was really more of a nitpick, is just the on the front of the grill. There's like a little, I guess it's aluminum, maybe an aluminum like rectangular shaped box that's got the Weber logo, and on the sides of the box there's like a hook for each side for the tool hook. And I had difficulty getting this tool hook assembly to really mount flush. It just rattles up and down or side to side if you do move the grill around. So that's just a minor nitpick. Definitely nothing serious about that, but for me that was the only thing that I thought was like a big faux pas. Again, the stand, it's definitely not, as you can just look at it, you can see it's not as sturdy as the original version, but I never felt like when I'm opening and closing the lid, like my grill is gonna tip over or fall out of this cart, or it's just gonna come crashing down. I just don't have that level of concern about it. So, but I'm not sure, if I already have the upgraded version or not. Appreciate that code up barbecue. I'm definitely looking forward to just, I don't know, just all of this has given me a new perspective, on being able to get together with folks, especially folks that, share passions about things like barbecue. I know in some places, like KCBS barbecue contests have resumed, so I think that's outstanding. Here in California, I'm pretty sure, actually I don't want to misspeak, I'm not sure whether or not there were any contests, but I'm sure a large number of them were probably canceled. So that's the thing about barbecue, is that it brings people together. Okay, Wayne says he went about 40 miles away from where he lives and stayed at a resort. That sounds great. Just being able to get a change of pace, you see something different, spend quality time with your loved ones. Take advantage, man. I'm just thinking, whenever you have time, to do the fun things, the things that you really enjoy, take advantage, because, we just don't know one day to the next. Yeah, I would love to have the opportunity to meet you guys in person. So hopefully in the future, some type of opportunity will open up. No, actually, I have been to Maui, but we were on Oahu. We went to Disney Alani, so we had plans to do that. My best friend and his wife's best friend. So we all turned 50 this year. So we had planned a couple of years ago, to have this joint 50th birthday celebration. So then obviously, Hawaii had shut down for a while. And so we were all on pins and needles about, okay, are they going to open up the state, and then they announced, how they were going to go about doing that. But then when it happened, they had all of these really kind of strict requirements that you had to adhere to in terms of being able to show that you have a negative COVID test, and you have to upload the result, onto a state-run website, and your test had to be done, within 72 hours of when your flight departed, and then they would only accept results from a certain number of facilities. Like, you couldn't just go to your local CVS or Walgreens and get tested. It had to be on their approval list. So there were just a ton of requirements, a lot of hurdles that made me think, even though the state's reopened, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. But fortunately, we were able to make it happen. Code Up says, Mick, Baby Back, T-Roy, Code Up, Meetup. If just let me know, if you've got insight on how we can make some kind of a meetup happen, please, give me a shout out. Let me know, because I would love to get together with other barbecue enthusiasts and shoot the breeze and make some good barbecue, and, get some tips from you guys. I mean, to me, that's what at least that's what I find fun is, I'm always trying new things, different rubs, different approaches. That's probably part of why I have this grill addiction. So just constantly learning, trying to get better, and just have fun with it, have a good time. And again, what's better than eating some good food that came off of a grill. Harry Sue. So yeah, actually, I think on my 48th birthday, as a present to myself, I signed up for one of Harry Sue's cooking classes, and he actually holds it in his backyard at his home in Southern California. So that was a lot of fun, and I mean, he lays it all out. I mean, it's like an all-day event. I want to say it started at about maybe 8 a.m. and he was just running us through different approaches and how he goes about with his barbecue, cooking with barbecue love, I think is what Harry says. And he really laid it all out for us. I mean, in addition to the foods that he demonstrated, for us, they were also preparing, other foods. So at the end of the class, I mean, it was like a huge feast. I mean, just, brisket, pork butt, chicken, lamb, there were like lamb lollipops and, cornbread and just all the good stuff you could think of. It was great. Not sure if I guess he's still doing that right now during these conditions we are. But, if you do have an opportunity, to get out to Southern California, I do recommend his cooking class. Let's see. Matt says, anybody starting out grilling should look at the Weber kettle. Great tool to learn on. You can smoke, indirect cook, and grill over a hot fire. Still one of the best grills made. Fully agree. Fully agree. Especially if you're starting out, and you don't know if you want to make a huge investment. You can pick up a Weber kettle, $200, $150. And like Matt says, it's versatile. You can grill on it, high heat cooking. You can smoke on it, low and slow. And there are a ton of cooking accessories out there. So really, if you can only pick one grill, and you have a limited budget or don't want to get, too carried away, Weber kettle is definitely a, good way to go. No doubt about it. So a couple more endorsements of Harry Sue. Dennis says, he won the first season of BBQ Pitmasters using a Weber Smoky Mountain, and he still has that Weber Smoky Mountain in his backyard with all of his mods. And Harry's not the guy that's going to put covers on his grills and smokers. He lets them sit out in the elements. They take a beating, but he still makes outstanding food on his older cookers like that Weber Smoky Mountain. And he beat the other competitors with much more expensive equipment. And I think Harry says, it's not the grill, it's the skill of the cook, of the pitmaster. And I would agree with that as well. I never buy a new grill, with the thought that the grill is what's going to make the good food. For me, it's more about, the capabilities or things that I think I can accomplish with the grill. So for instance, my decision to buy the new Kamado Summit, beyond the fact that, I've been just wanting one for years, is that whereas, I'll use my Lone Star Grill offset, on the weekend when I've got a lot of time to do a low and slow cook. During the week, sometimes you just don't have time, to babysit a brisket all day and all night. You need something that's more flexible. So that, to me, that's where things like a pellet grill comes into play, because those are easy to set up. You don't have to do a whole lot to manage it. You just set the temperature that you want, set it and forget it, let it do its thing. But the thing about pellet smokers that I still think is true, they just don't give off the same type of smoke flavor profile that other cookers, like a charcoal-based cooker, can provide. So that's why, for me, these are the types of things that I'm thinking about. Do I want to just use my Mac pellet smoker, or am I looking for something with a little more intensity of a smoke flavor? So that's why I'm thinking, like this new Summit Kamado acquisition of mine, from everything that I've heard about it, it's like a kind of the best of all worlds. Should be able to do low and slow, hot and fast. And really, the way I see it is that it appears to be, Weber's answer to not just, to compete with like Big Green Egg, Primo, other ceramic Kamado style cookers, but they've also set it up really to take advantage of all the innovations that they've come up with through decades, selling charcoal-based grills, the gourmet, I forget I guess it's called, the gourmet cooking system. You just see them leveraging, a lot of things that they've done well over the years. So that's why I'm really excited to get my feet wet with it. All right, and Wayne says, Weber kettles are cheap to buy on Craigslist or Facebook marketplaces. So yeah, definitely, you don't have to buy one of those brand new. You can definitely find a kettle, used one, and a lot of times, you can get them. People buy these grills and they're excited, but then for whatever reason they don't use them as much. So sometimes you can get a used grill, a used kettle, really cheap that's been barely used. And that was the thing with one of the Hunsakers that I bought used, was that it the guy said that he had only cooked on it like 2 or 3 times. So that was no brainer for me. Wayne says, I watch D-Ski Grills on YouTube. He does a lot of cooks on the older Weber Summit charcoal grill. He said that if he could only keep one of his grill smokers, it would be the Weber Summit charcoal. So yeah, I mean, honestly, when it comes to people's experiences cooking with the original Weber Summit charcoal, I don't recall ever hearing a single bad review. The people who own them, it seems like they love them and they love to cook on them. So I want to be part of that crowd. All right, guys, we've been going at it for almost an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Again, if you haven't already subscribed, if you're new to my channel, please feel free to, check me out, Backyard SmokeMaster Barbecue on YouTube. Drop me a note anytime on any of the social media platforms. I know a lot of you guys who, especially the folks here who've been commenting, Wayne, Mick, Matt, Code Up Barbecue. A lot of you guys have been providing support for a long time, and again, I really do mean it. I do appreciate the feedback and the support that you guys provide. Sometimes you get to a point where you think, I don't know about this YouTube thing, or if anybody's watching, or if anybody cares. But just interacting with you guys, always re-energizes me and helps me to keep pushing. I mean, the barbecue is a thing of love. And that's why I address you guys as my barbecue family, and I do mean that sincerely. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks again for spending a part of your day with me. I'm going to try to do more lives. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks, Wayne. Have a good Christmas, buddy. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate you. Take care, you guys. See you soon.